Well, hello, it's me, Glitter 50 again. My name is Chandra. Thanks for stopping by. So today I've got some really good stuff going on. So Valentine's Day is coming up, and I had a friend that gave me a new glitter. So I will be testing this out and telling you all about it, and I will link her site down below. She is a local to Washington, to Spanaway, Washington. So I'm so thankful for her to let me use her stuff and to feature her on my show. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. Now, if you've watched for a while or watched any YouTube videos, it's good to cancel out all the discoloration, give your eyes a base to work from. So I know it looks really funky, but after you blend it all out and you put eyeshadow on it, it's just a really good way to even out your skin tone, give yourself a nice base. It works really, really well. And it makes your shadows last, stay in place a whole lot longer. So it looks really funky when you first do it, but by the end of it, you won't even notice that you had it on, other than the fact that your eyeshadows stay put and all that stuff. So just blending it all out, evening out my skin tone, giving my shadows a base. Alrighty, then it is best to go over and put some powder. Let me find my powder brush. There it is. And today I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr setting powder. This is in the shade Butter. I got it in my BoxyCharm. I love it. Love it. It's so nice. It's very, very fine. So good. And a little goes a long way. So I just take this and I brush over the top. Everything that I use on my face will be listed down below. I don't know if I can link everything. I haven't quite figured out how to do all that. So that won't quite work at this point. I'm going to try and link, I hope I say your name right, Katina Carrots. That's the glitter that I'll be using. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'll be linking her website down below so you can go and order from her. But see how that just evens it out? It's not that pretty right now, but it will be. So today I'm also going to be using the Alter Ego Daydream. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty, one of Huda Beauty's palettes. But see how pretty all those shades are? I can't afford, is it Huda Beauty or is it the Anastasia Beverly Hills? I can't afford either one of those, so this is like 20 bucks, I think. So anyway, I'm going to use the shade Bubbly in my crease, just in my transition shade, just to give it a light base. It's so nice. I mean, these colors, I've had this palette for over a year now, and it just, the shadows blend so well. They're so good. See, just gives it a nice light base. Really like this. Alter Ego has several dupe palettes. I have another one called Goddess, I believe. I'll use that at some point in the future. It's so pretty. It's got browns and greens, and they just came out with 2 more. There's one called Canyon and one called Blooms. They just look really, really nice. So the next color I'm going to be using is called Enchanted. I'm going to use the same brush, and this is it doesn't even have a name on it. Don't even know where I got this brush. Tap it off. And I'm just going to put it on the outer corner of my eye. Dip in again, a little bit more. And then I'm going to sweep it through that transition crease color to deepen that up just a little bit more, because I have somewhat hooded eyes, and it's better for my eye shape to have a darker crease and a lighter lid. Tap that off, do the other eye. Blend that in. See how it just deepens up that color really quick? But it blends so well, like you can't even see the difference between the two really. I'm going to use my color switch. Brush off my brush. I'm going to go into the shade Glow, which is this white one, or peachy colored one. And I'm going to blend that out. So there's no harsh lines. Primer to help my makeup last all day. You have to give it a couple minutes to sink into your skin so it adheres, and it doesn't give you like, it's not super tacky, it's just a little bit. So you want it to sink in just a little bit. So I'm just going to wipe my fingers off and get my brushes out. Alrighty, so let that sink in. And I'm going to take my Believe Beauty foundation in the shade Soft Beige, and I'm going to pump and a half basically out onto my hand. And with my bling brushes, I want bling brushes really bad, but my BoxyCharm brushes, I'm just going to lightly start covering over my redness on my face. And you can build this up. This is medium to full coverage foundation. You can only get this foundation at Dollar General, which we don't have one here anywhere near Spanaway. The closest one is like in Centralia, which is like an hour and a half away. So I had to enlist my children, my son and daughter-in-law went all over Portland and got me 3 bottles. It's $5. It's like crazy how inexpensive it is, but how nice and lightweight but full coverage. It's really like unbelievable. And then I just take my sponge and take what's left on the back of my hand, which isn't much, and then I just pat it all over to even out the brush marks. But look how nice and fresh my face looks. And I mean, you can still sort of see my skin through it. You can still sort of see the redness through it, but not so bad. Alrighty, now I'm going to take that concealer again and just put a little under my eyes. I don't like to put a lot because then it gets cakey looking, but we just pat that out under your eyes and blend it in so that you even out any of those dark spaces or bags or whatever. I'm gonna have wrinkles. Like I said, I'm 50. I'm gonna have some wrinkles and some creases. I'm not gonna have an even skin. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not doing surgery. It is what it is, but it does brighten up underneath your eyes. It looks really good to me, and I'm the only one that matters. Sorry, in my opinion. So I'm going to take my brush and lightly dab on some of that Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr to kind of set my under eyes. And down my nose, just the T-zone a little bit, because that's where I get a little bit oily throughout the day. And I don't want to set my whole face because it'll look cakey, and I don't want to do that. And then I just take my sponge again and I go back over and just press it all in. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take, this is actually a Benefit blush, but it's in the shade Dallas, and to me that looks like a bronzer. So I'm going to take my bronzer brush, swirl it around, tap it off, and bronze up my face a little bit, bring back a little bit of color, little sun-kissed look. Swirl it again, tap it off, and then bring it down the jaw to give my jaw some definition. Alrighty. See, just a little bit of color, not much. Now, for blush today, I can't remember where I got this. I believe I got it in an Ipsy a long time ago, but this is a Seraphim Botanicals Happy Hibiscus blush palette, and they all look like, these two are pretty shimmery, these two are not, and in the mirror they look like they're a little bit more peachy, but they're actually more on the pink side. So I'm going to take Petal and a little bit of Hibiscus, these two right here. I'm just going to swirl my brush and mix them together and tap it off. I'm going to smile and add it to my cheeks. Swirl it, tap it, smile, and tap it on. A little bit more of that, just the pinky peach, the Petal. Brush it across my forehead, across my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to take my sponge, get in there, and I'm going to tap all that in because I don't want it to look cakey. Alrighty, and then I'm going to take my highlighter brush, and remember I said I don't have a whole lot of Anastasia Beverly Hills because I can't afford it. This I got in a Allure beauty box or one of my beauty subscriptions, and this is her Moonshine palette. It's a highlighter palette. Oh my goodness, wait till you see these. Look at those highlighters. They're so pretty. So I'm going to use Pink Heart today. Just gonna dip my brush in there. It doesn't look like much, but you just wait. Look at that glow. Ooh. And then I like to take it up on my whole brow bone. Now you're supposed to only just do like a little bit, but have we met? I like to glitter. So that'll be so pretty when I'm all done. All right, now I'm going to hold that over here. And our eyebrows are looking a little funky. So I'm going to use my Ka-Brow. And I'm going to fill in my brows. And it's hard to talk and do these at the same time. I don't have a tail, at least a long enough tail like I like it. So I bring it down just a little bit. And I fill in this parts where it's a little sparse. See the difference between the two? I don't use a lot, but I use just enough to fill in where those hairs are no longer growing. Just to even them out. See, don't they look much better? And then I take a spoolie and I brush through them. Now I don't like to use brow gel. You can if you want to, but I don't like to. I like the way my brows look the way this is. So now I'm going to spray my face, and I use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. I use a lot. It's such a fine mist, and I just love the way it feels and the way it smells. Oh, my fan went kaput. Now we just fan it off just a little bit. And go around it with your sponge again just to make sure everything is pressed in, not looking too cakey. And then we're going to do our eyeliner and lashes. I don't put shadow underneath. Sorry about that interruption. The dogs went nuts because FedEx delivered something, or Amazon or somebody. Anyway, so as I was saying, I don't put anything underneath my eyes because my eyes tend to water a lot throughout the day. But my face is looking pretty good. I'm liking it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to draw on some lash or some liner. And I don't like really thick liner because, like I said, I have hooded eyes. So if I put on really thick eyeliner, it covers up most of the hood or most of my lid. So I need to make sure that I get it really close to my lash line. And it just gives a finished look to it, in my opinion. And sometimes I'll do a little wing, but not a whole lot. It also helps to hide the lash band that I'm going to be using. So put this on. Hard to talk and do this at the same time too, because I'm concentrating on not getting it too terribly thick and not poking my eye out. So today I'm super excited because I'm also going to go and meet with Katia, and I'm going to pick up her new project. It's called I'm Your Valentine, and it's got some glitter with some hearts in it. So I'm super excited about that. That just gives it a nice line. I'm going to let that dry just a little bit. I'm going to put my mascara on. This is Unleashed by Wander Beauty, and I got this in BoxyCharm, Allure Beauty Box, one of the subscription boxes. And this is just to give my lashes a little bit of a base to mix in with my falsies that I'm going to put on today. I haven't worn falsies in a couple weeks, so I'm excited to put them on. All right, so now I'm going to get my lash brush. It's just the simplest little, I don't know, you can't even see it. Yeah, you can't even see. It's just a little tiny brush that I like to use for my lash glue. These are the lashes we're going to use today from Glamlite Chocolash. And I'll show you. Never used these before either, but oh my goodness. I figure with my dramatic eyes, they'd look really good today. So, better pull them off and see if I need to trim any of them. I have wider eyes, so generally I don't have to trim them. I might want to trim because it has like a little point at the end. So I'm going to have to maneuver things around so I can get to my scissors. So I can get that out and trim back that little point on the end, because I don't want it stabbing me in the eye. So I'm just going to trim that off like this. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Apparently it does not want to be trimmed off. Let me see how they look. Oh, they're pretty good. They'll be all right. So then I'm just going to put some glue on them. And then I'll show you how I put on my lashes. So I use the Duo Clear eyelash adhesive. And I like to take, ooh, that's a bit much. Just a little bit on the back of my hand. And I take my brush. And then I put it on my lash band. I just brush it on there. Generous coat. Because like I said, my eyes like to water no matter what I do. My eyes just like to water. So I'm going to hold that, put that one down. I'm going to take the next one and add glue to the band again. And then I'm going to take the brush and add, it's going to look funky, like I'm putting white liner, but it dries clear. And I put an abundance towards the front and towards the back. The middle is, it's pretty good. So let that dry for a few minutes or a few seconds. And I take the other band and then I add it. Yeah, those are some dramatic lashes. Very dramatic lashes. Way more than I normally use. I'm normally simple, but whew, those give you some lashes. Alrighty, so the next eye. Add a lot to the inner part. And the outer part. Let that dry. Just a few moments. See if my fan will work. Drying that glue. We're just sitting here watching glue dry. Alright. Then we take the lash band and my nice handy tweezers. Stick those on there. Whoa, those are dramatic. But look at how pretty that makes that glitter. I think it's beautiful. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to add some lips. This is the Just a Tint from ColourPop in the shade Go. And I love these because they're just little crayons. And it adds just a tint. not too much, just a little bit. One thing that I forgot to do that I love to do, brush off my little brush. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild, and I'm going to get that pink heart shade and put it on my inner corner. Look how bright that makes that inner corner. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? That nice bright. I don't know if I told you, but I like to glitter and shine. Look at that. See how nice that looks? I might even add just a little bit more up towards the arch of my brow, just to draw your attention up there just a little bit more. There we go. How do you like it? Very dramatic. My eyes are very dramatic, but my face looks so nice. It's just so even and just enough shine. So I really hope that you like this look. I will link Katia's Carrots below. You should go try her out. Go look at her website. This is an amazing, amazing glitter. And just remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Who's better than you? Nobody.